Thank you, Kaustav. Myself, Kaustav Kundu, University roll number 13. Now I'm going to tell about instruction format of CPU. Each instruction is represented by a sequence of bits within the computer. The instruction is divided into group of bits called fields. There are three types of formats: variable instruction format, fixed instruction format, and hybrid instruction format. What is variable instruction and format? These are the instruction formats in which the instruction length varies on the basis of opcode and address specifiers. What is fixed instruction formats? In this type of instruction format, all instructions are of same size. And last is a hybrid instruction format. In this type of instruction format, so we have multiple format lengths specified by opcode. Next slide. Now, here is addressing modes, which provides different ways accessing an address to given data to a processor. There are 5 types of addressing mode. First is direct addressing mode. The direct addressing mode, the address of operand is given in the instruction and the data is available in the memory location which is provided in instruction. We will move this data in this indirect addressing mode. In the indirect addressing mode, the instruction specifies a register which contain the address of the operand. Both internal RAM and external RAM can be accessed via indirect addressing mode. Immediate addressing mode. The immediate addressing mode, which implies direct data is given in the operand which move the data in accumulator. It is very fast. Relative addressing mode. In the relative addressing mode, the effective address is determined by the index mode by using the program counter instead of general purpose processor register. And last is index addressing mode. In index addressing mode, the effective address of the operand is generated by adding a content value to the contents of a register. The mode is known as index address mode. Next slide. Now the next part is all about CPU performance. Next slide. The key factors about CPU architecture. There are 4 key factors about CPU architecture that affect its performance. Those are cores, clock speed, cache size, and processor type. Next slide. What is core? A CPU can contain one or more processing units. Each unit is called a core. A core contains an ALU, control unit, and register. It is common for computers to have a dual or quad or even more cores. CPUs with multiple cores have more power to run multiple programs at the same time. Next slide. Clock speed. The clock speed, also known as clock rate, indicates how fast the CPU can run. This is measured in megahertz or gigahertz and corresponds with how many instruction cycles the CPU can deal with in a second. Thank you. This part is from my side. Further slides will be taken over by my friend Orkodeep Paul.
Thank you, Kaustav. Now, I am Orkodeep Paul. My roll number university number is 06. So now continuing with the cache memory. The cache is a small amount of memory that is a part of the CPU. Closer to the CPU than RAM, it is used temporarily to hold the instruction and data that the CPU is likely to reuse. The CPU control unit automatically checks the cache for instruction before requesting data from RAM. This saves fetching the instruction and data repeatedly from RAM. The more cache there is, the more data can be stored closer to the CPU. The cache created has 3 levels. Level 1, level 2 and level 3. Now coming to the next, there is another key factor is processor type. So there are 2 main type of CPU, it's CISC and RISC. Most desktop and laptop computers using CISC, its full form is Complex Instruction Set Computing Architecture, made by Intel or AMD. Smartphones and tablets use RISC, which reduced instruction set computing made by ARM architecture. There are some differences between CISC and RISC. Like RISC has fewer instructions than CISC. In order to handle these instructions, CISC CPUs are larger and require more silicon to make and RISC CPUs use less power and are cheaper to make. So, and you can see here the block diagram of CISC architecture and RISC architecture. Now coming to the next part, the performance of computer. Computer performance is the amount of work accomplished by a computer system. It is basically depends on the response time, throughput, and execution time of a computer system. Response time is the time from start to completion of a task. This also includes operating system overhead, waiting for input output, and other processes, ascending disk and memory, time spent executing on the CPU, or execution time. Performance is determined by the execution time, as performance is inversely proportional to execution time. So we can say that performance is equal to 1 by execution time, and performance of machine A by performance of machine B is equal to execution time of machine B by execution time of machine A. So that means the machine. The time of execution a given program can be completed at execution time is equal to CPU clock cycles into clock cycle time is equal to CPU clock cycle by clock rate. And the number of CPU clock cycles can be determined by instruction count into CPI. So finally, we can say that the units for CPU execution time are CPU time is equal to instruction by program into cycles by instruction into second by cycle. So from this, we can say that CPU time is equal to seconds by program. Now coming to the next slide, how to improve CPU performance. So to improve CPU performance, first of all, what we can do, decrease the CPI by using hardware, decrease the clock time or increase clock rate by reducing propagation delays or by using pipelining, decreasing the number of required cycles, improve ISA or compiler. So to summarize, we have looked how we could define the performance of the processor and why performance is necessary for a computer system. We have pointed out the different performance matrices, looked at the CPU performance equation and the factors affect the CPU performance equation. So in the future, the technician predicts that the technology will be evolved when the limits of current microprocessor design fabrication will be reached in the year of 2010 and 2020. In the future, people predict that the speed and the function will be more faster and stronger as the price of it will decrease. So here is the source of the information in this presentation. So that's it from all our end. Thank you.